Hello and welcome to the weather update. It is June 2nd, June 22nd, 2020, and we are dealing with a pretty hot day across the area today. Looking at some of the underground weather stations, we're dealing with temperatures in the middle of the island close to 90 degrees. If you go to the South Shore, though, it's in the low 80s, and if you're right at the beaches, probably mid 70s. This is the underground site, which has a lot to load and is very slow. So let's go to the weather and hazards site here. The weather and hazards data viewer from the National Weather Service, and we'll take a look at this. And this, if you're curious as to where you can find this site, it's wrh.noaa.gov/map. So, taking a look at some of the more official observations, because those are unofficial. These are more official. These are official weather stations here that are reporting. So you have temperatures are in the upper 80s and do have a couple of 90s. Let's see what it is. Carl Place is reporting 87, but look at that dew point, 70. So you know it's really humid out there. 88 in Hicksville, dew point 72. South Shore, let's look at the South Shore here. Still kind of warm out there and humid too. Yeah. Looks like we got a station in Wands reporting 84 with a dew point of 73. If you're at the beach, though, 77 with a dew point of 71. Eventually, this cooler air will work in. South Shore is already cooling off, so. As far as further north goes, forget it. You're not going to get into it. The same deal here for the middle of Suffolk County. Look at that, and even a 92 up in Port Jefferson. If we look at the east end, this is really the place to be. If you go further east, it's cooler. 82 and 71 in Manaville. 82 meaning the air temperature and 71 meaning the dew point. And if we go even further out east into the Forks, East Hampton 77 with a dew point of 71. Montauk is 79 with a dew point of 68. So a lot better out on the east end of the island versus, and now we go into the city, which is surprisingly not all that much hotter. 88 in Central Park. LaGuardia's 91. I don't see a whole lot of stations in the city here. 88 at Jackson Heights. Going into New Jersey, this is where the heat is. This is where it's really hot. Okay, you got 90s here on the map. So 90 at Newark. Looks like a 94 up here in Madison, New Jersey. Let's take a look at Toms River. Let's see how hot it is there. Surprisingly, all right, yeah, it is. Depending on where you are in Toms River, there's a variation. So if you're at the airport, it's 71 at Miller Air Park. But if you're actually in Beechwood, it's 83. So sometimes they do get a sea breeze. It just doesn't make it very far. It doesn't usually make it west of the Parkway. But sometimes they do get a sea breeze in Toms River. And today's, again, one of those days where they're getting a sea breeze. In fact, a pretty decent one. But it doesn't make it very far. If you're in Whiting is 93. So you got an idea of how brutal it is out there. Let's go take a look at, there's also an air quality alert in effect for Connecticut. Radar, see Central Park there, 88. Nothing on the radar for us. We'll take a look at a couple of observations here. So you'll see here how hot it is. 87 at Farmingdale, dew point 67. As an example, ice slip. We got 86, dew point 66. And you can see that more of that southwesterly flow versus southerly flow. And then if we go into New Jersey, yeah, Mount Holly's 86, but it's 91 in Miller Air Park. So the official reading for Toms River, and most of Toms River is probably around 90, but if you're in that eastern section by the water, you're getting some relief. But other than that, it's 91, and you're dying in the heat pretty much over there. So let's go take a look at the satellite. You'll see not a lot of clouds around at all. Plenty of sun, although it's hazy sun, probably hazy skies out there with this humidity and kind of not so great air quality. Here are there's some thunderstorms off to the west here, as you'll see. And if we go over here, you will see here more of these thunderstorms again. Here they are. So there's some thunderstorms over here that are off to the west. But again, they're not really gonna be affecting our weather yet. So the next thing we've got to talk about is the dust cloud. This has been going on for a while now. We've had this dust. This is June 17th, so we're going to actually take a look at this on the satellite, and you're going to be able to see here. This is the high-resolution satellite. This dust cloud coming off Africa. And you can see it right here. And move it along. This is June 18th. This is June 19th. June 20th. This is the 21st. This is yesterday, and you can see the dust cloud. Looks like it's heading toward the Caribbean. Look at that. So it's going to make some hazy skies down there. And we don't have the full image yet from today. But this dust cloud is probably going to be heading toward the south. I don't know if we're going to see the effects from it, but it is quite unusual to see that. If we go to earthnullschool.net, we can actually take a look at this on here as well. So, look at the dust. Let's go look at the dust here. You see it clearly here. So here you go. This out of the way. Look at that. That is a lot of dust there. So it looks like it's heading toward the Caribbean. And when you have dust like this, it helps inhibit tropical storm formation. So this is something to keep in mind, that this will help keep things quiet. But wow, that's a lot of dust. And that shows how dry it's been in Africa. And the other thing that we have going on is the heat in Siberia. Hit 100 degrees in Siberia. That's right, 100 degrees. So if we look at some of these articles here, 100 degrees in Siberia as climate change worsens. So a Siberian town near the Arctic Circle just recorded a 100-degree temperature. So this is very disturbing here. A small town in Siberia reached 100.4 degrees this past Saturday, which would make it the hottest temperature ever recorded north of the Arctic Circle. So that's crazy. That's crazy what's going on over there. And if we go and we look at the look at this is earthnullschool.net. I also want to show you the particles, because there's fires going in Siberia again. You can see right here. Let's go and look at the Ventus sky. I'll show you the kind of heat that they've been dealing with in Siberia. This is going to be a little more like a global type of weather update here. We'll go over some of the other stuff. You can see the heat over our area, but if we pull this out, you can see much of the country is in heat. Very few cool places. All right, here's Siberia. So we take this back to yesterday. Go here, past days. Let's go to the 21st. Let's take this back. You got to remember their times are different than ours. So this is. All right, so see it's hot there, 88. Let's see, there was a time. I want to get to that hot day. So you can see you're 90. Look at that, right up. It's the Arctic Circle. That's insane right there. Let's go to the 20th. You see that heat? All right, this is Saturday, so I'm going to try to find when that high was. Try to find it. I'll find it on here, but I don't know if I can. Very unusually hot for that area. Very hot. See, so really unusual heat going on over there. Insane heat. Not supposed to be like that at all. It's very hot. This is north of the Arctic Circle. It's crazy. Okay. So let's go take a look at, this is all part of the climate change, but the media is distracting you with all this other stuff because, again, the media has an agenda. So we're going to just go look at the surface on this particular update here. So we're going to just focus on the eastern United States. So let's go to the eastern United States. So we'll be looking at the GFS through this week, and you'll see we stay fairly dry until this cold front comes through sometime on Wednesday, and then we get some relief from the humidity, a little relief, but it looks like a stronger front moves through on Friday, and then we get some real relief. So it looks like the first front kind of washes out, then the second front moves through, and then wow, looks like it's building in a high for next week. So we're getting that high for next week, which is good. And then it becomes the dreaded ridge. So, and then we start dealing with the heat. And look at that, something forming over there, but that's a ways off. So let's see what's going to be happening with the temperatures now. Let's move this back here. Okay, so this is tomorrow. So tomorrow you'll see. I think the island might get more of a sea breeze tomorrow. That's what's being indicated here anyway. Wednesday's going to be pretty hot. That's the first day we can be allowed to eat inside, fortunately. And for New Jersey, 25% capacity, July 2nd. Only 25% capacity, though. That's very little. Should really be 50. At least that's what we're doing here in New York. But here we go, 25th, Thursday. You can see we're avoiding the 90s. And then we get some, it's still warm, but I think we'll get that humidity down. But then the heat tries to come back. But see that backdoor high building down for next week. So looks like we got a nice backdoor high that's going to try to build down there. But then after that, it starts heating up as we get into July again. We're dealing with those temperatures well. No real big cool downs in this forecast. But it certainly could be worse. At least we're not looking at 100 degrees. Let's go look at the dew points. So stays humid tomorrow, you see, but look at those wind barbs. A little more from the south, so I think we'll get more of a relief on the island. And then we get that strong south. Here's that front that's going to come through on Wednesday, and we'll look at that on the NAM. See, there's the relief that's going to come through. There's that first little front, but it kind of gets washed, kind of gets a little hung up there, so we're going to deal with a little stall front there. And then the stronger front comes through Friday night and brings us some more relief there. And the dew points drop into the 50s for Saturday. But then the humidity comes right back for Sunday. Then you can see that backdoor front that's going to try to build in and bring us some relief for the first part of next week. And then actually keeps the humidity low. It doesn't really bring the humidity back until after July 4th. So, some rays of hope here. A few rays of hope that we'll be looking at. Let's go now look at the clouds and just see. I don't think we'll see any clear days. Obviously, we do have plenty of sun. It overestimated the cirrus today. Tomorrow, we're probably not going to have much cirrus either. It's just going to be hazy sunshine. Maybe Friday would be the nice, clear, comfortable day. That's what it's looking at right now. Beyond that, I'm not going to even go. Let's go to the NAM 12 kilometer, and we'll look and see when that next. This would be the front that would come through. Kind of just falls apart. We don't get anything. We could really use some rain around here. We don't get anything, so we've been very, very dry. And the NAM's really not really indicating. I mean, we go right through here, and if we look at the total accumulated precip, it's barely anything. We stay bone dry here on the island. So we're in kind of a drought ourselves now. GFS has some of that rain getting close, but we'll have to see what happens. But anyway, just craziness going on. You won't see this on the news, of course, because they don't want you to know what's going on with the climate, of course. So that's going to conclude this weather update. But, of course, I will keep you posted because, unlike the media, I don't give a crap about Wall Street. So take care, everybody, and thank you for watching.